Hey guys, we're continuing with these categorized math questions that can be found on the ACT. These come from the curriculum that the exam is created around. And on this particular video, we're talking about different variations of logarithm of equations that's been seen on the ACT before. I picked, 2, 4, 6, 8 questions to share with you so you can see different variations over from a number of years. And hopefully it really helps you. Please remember that one of our purposes is trying to help those young adults who don't have any help outside of the classroom. And so please share, like, and subscribe to the channel so that it gets us out there into the YouTube universe where perhaps some of those young people can find us. Now, let's not waste any more time and let's get moving. So the first question we're going to look at is this logarithm equation. And it says, for what real value of x, if any, is log base x plus 3 of x squared plus 3 equal to 2? So, all right, so we need to solve it for x. Now, I am taking into consideration that some of you know how to convert logarithms to exponentials, and you know log simplification rules. They will be evident as we go through these problems, but make sure you're very familiar with them. So here's what we have. Let me get my pen fixed. All right. Log base x plus 3 of x squared plus 3 is equal to 2. We're going to convert this to an exponential. We're going to take the base of x plus 3 and we're going to raise it to the second power because our 2 right here. So we're going to take our base and raise it to the second power. Now that's going to be equal to x squared plus 3. Okay, so on the left is we have a binomial. So that becomes x plus 3 times x plus 3. And that's still equal to x squared plus 3. Well, multiply these binomials together, you get x squared. X times 3 is 3x, and then the inner 3 times the inner x, 3x, so that gives us 6x. And 3 times 3 is going to give us a 9. And that's equal to x squared plus 3. Now what we want to do is get all our variables and whole numbers together. And so we're going to subtract over the x squared and the 3 to the left side. X squared minus x squared plus 6x plus 9 minus 3 is equal to 0. So the x squareds cancel, and it leaves us a 6x. And then the 9 minus 3 leaves us a positive 6. Now we need to solve for x. Subtract our 6 over. We get 6x is equal to negative 6. And x is going to be equal to negative 6 divided by 6, which is going to be equal to a negative 1. And therefore, that's going to be answer choice G. A lot of people go wrong right here, and they fail to realize that we are multiplying a binomial by itself. And then they like to just say, well, that's just x squared and 3 times 3 is 9. That's wrong. Okay, don't do that. Follow what I've done below. Okay, next question. So it says log base 5 of x is equal to negative 2. All right, so we're going to create a exponential again. We're going to take base 5, raise it to the negative 2 power, and set that equal to x. Okay, so we have a -2 power. So that means we got to put 1/5 squared to get rid of the negative power. That's equal to x, right? So 1/5 squared is 1/25. So we know x is going to be G. No, what am I saying? K. K. I don't know why I wanted to say G, but I bet many people will want to. But it is K, 1/25. And you know, that brings up another point about critical reading. Be really careful about what you're reading, because sometimes our eyes get in front of our mind and while we're reading a sentence and we skip over words. That happens a lot, and I've seen that with a lot of young adults that I've trained. And heck, even I do it sometimes. Well, I did it here. So keep that in mind. All right, the next question. Same idea. Which of the following is a value of x? Well, all right, so we got log base x of 36 is equal to 2. Here, it's just going to be x squared is equal to 36. Now, look at your answer choices. What number can you square and get 36? Well, 6, right? And that gives you answer choice G. So that's really easy. All righty, so let's move on to the next question. And when we do that, we're going to end up here. All right, so this one's a little bit in more detail. And this says the log base A of x is equal to s, and the log base A of y is equal to t. So then log base A of x times y squared is equal to what? So we got a couple of things going on here. We have log base A of x times y squared is equal to what? Well, we've got a product rule because we got x times y, and we've got the power rule because we're squaring it. So we got to rewrite this logarithm. So we're going to take the power rule and simplify this into 2 times the log base A of x. Now we're multiplying x times y, so we're going to add them. So log base A of x plus log base A of y. Now this goes back to your log simplification rules, multiplying, and you're raising variable or a number to a power. Okay, now notice log base A of x is the same thing what we have in the question. And they tell us in the question log base A of x is s. So we're going to substitute an s there. Log base A of y, in the question they tell us log base A of y is equal to t. So we'll put a t there. And so our answer becomes 2 times s plus t. Answer choice A. All right, let's go on to the next one. All right, this one looks a little scary, but it's really not. Here's what we have. The log base 5 of 5 raised to the 13 halves is equal to what? Well, what's that going to produce? Well, let's just set this thing equal to y, put us a variable over there, and let's convert everything to exponentials. So 5 raised to the y power is equal to 5 raised to the 13 halves. Now, you see how both of our bases are the same number, 5 and 5? So we can pull our exponentials out and say y is equal to 13 halves. All right, so 13 halves works out to be 6.5. And so 6.5 falls between 6 and 7. Answer choice D as in dog. That's not too hard, is it? But notice how I leveraged the variable y here. All right, so let's go on. I could have put x in there or z, whatever I wanted to. It wouldn't have mattered. So here we have log base x of 36 is equal to 2. Well, this one's real simple. We're going to convert it to an exponential. X raised to the second power is equal to 36. Well, what number can you raise to the second power? Well, 6. And therefore, our answer choice will be B. All righty, let's go to the next one. All right, so notice here, we're dividing our logarithms. W squared divided by w to the 6th. So here's what we have. We have a log base w of w raised to the second power over w to the 6th. We are dividing, so we're going to subtract them based on the simplification rules. So what we're going to do is say log base w of w squared minus log base w of w to the 6th. Now, w is raised to the second power. So we got the power rule here that we need to apply. And on the other part, w is raised to the 6th power. So we got to apply the power simplification formula to both sides. So we're going to get 2 times the log base w minus 6 times the log base w. Okay, now we can subtract these. 2 minus 6 is negative 4. So therefore, it's going to be answer choice F. All right, one more. For all x greater than 0, don't let that bother you. Which of the following expression is equivalent to the log of 2 to the x raised to the 1/2 power? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We have log of 2 to the x raised to the 1/2 power. So we got a power. We're going to pull the power out of there. We're going to say 1/2 log of 2 to the x. All right, so that's 2 times x. So we got the multiplication rule to go by here. So we can say 1/2 log 2 plus log of x. All right, so let's go ahead and redistribute our 1/2. And we're going to get 1/2 log of 2 plus 1/2 log of x. Now we simplified that thing into that, and we get answer choice D, as in dog. Now, you know, logarithms are, sometimes they look mean and nasty, but they really aren't. You just got to know how to simplify them. And if you know the simplification rules, then you can apply them here. Now, with that in mind, I hope this has been helpful to you. These are some of the ways that the ACT has created log questions on the math exam. And they don't show up all that often, but occasionally they do. And, you know, I don't know, probably about, I'm just guessing, you may have about a 30% chance of seeing a log on the exam that you actually take. maybe 40% chance. But make sure you're familiar with these basic ones, and they should probably cover you based on what's coming in the future. Now, for all of you getting ready to take the exam here this year in 2023, look, I wish you all the best. And don't get discouraged. Keep moving forward. You can make these happen. You can get the score that you want. Just plan everything that you do. Work, and work diligently for a long time. I would say at least, if you want to get a really high score, 3 months of a lot of practice and or schedule 3 months of a lot of schedule practice, and you can move your score. Don't let anybody tell you you can't, but because you can. And if you'll go back and investigate all of your academic knowledge, then you'll find where your weaknesses are, and you can do well. Now, with that, I'll shut up and wish you all the best. And please like, share, and subscribe, because we have a big purpose out there. That's to find those young adults that don't have help outside of the classroom. Let's team up together to help these people so that they can do better as well. Okay. You guys, best of luck.